Here's to 2 months, Mosey. You're like one of my first followers, too. You're one of them OGs. For real? Yeah, what do you mean? Damn, what? What are you talking about? Love that. Cool. My reboot. This is a Turkish beer, I think. I'm pretty sure it's Turkish. I don't know exactly though. It's called a Carlsberg. Carlsberg. Percent? 5% alcohol. And what do I play on? I'm playing on a PC. The same thing I'm streaming on. Yeah, and it's a tall boy too. Not that tall, but pretty tall. Not like a small fan, you know? If you're on PC, you're already better than me. Yeah, but it's only because it's like point and click, you know? I still suck. What do you play on, Formal Turtle? What is KBNM? I have no idea what that means. TBH, you ready to just leave gamer? Let me try again. Sorry, gamer. We're leaving. Hey, what's up, bunny? I have 9 viewers now. How exciting. Hello, Diablo Destroy. Do you want to play with us? You have 11? Whoa, really? Mine says 9. How exciting. This is like the best day I've ever had streaming, Loki. Oh my god, you know Diablo Destroy has one? I'm here too, you know? Oh my god. Yeah, take your time. Gamer. Gamer, read the chat. Read. True. Cool. Okay. Bye. Yeah, I knew who Lithuanian Boy was, but Diablo Destroy just came by. I'm having a beer right now, honey bunny. How exciting. No, he was actually pretty chill about it after. So, Diablo, you would like to play? Should hop on. I wish beer didn't taste like ass to me. You know, it really tasted like fucking ass to me at the beginning, but the more I drink it, like the better it tastes. And for me, what really tastes bad is wine. Wine tastes like freaking bad to me. Does not taste good. For me, Fridays are my day off. I have to put on my schedule though. But it's like the schedule thing is so hard because I always end up streaming at like different times, okay? I don't know. I'm gonna try. Be consistent on my time. Ready? Oh, Muggsy went to the bathroom. There's a tonic wine you like? I don't think I've ever had a tonic wine. Honestly, me too. I don't really drink a lot at all. I'm literally just drinking because there's no weed.
Hello?
Hello? No weed, that's tough. Drinking or smoking or both, honey bunny. You're talking about weed and alcohol in front of kids. Your parents probably drink in front of you, to be completely honest. Like, or your family or whatever. That's cool. Respect, honey bunny. Respect. We're waiting for Muggsy to come back from the bathroom. Damn, Muggsy's in the bathroom, bro. I'm dead. That's a cool skin. The Nutcracker skin. That's pretty dope. I'm dead. Oh, you have another Nutcracker skin. That's cool too. Is it okay to self-promote myself? I mean, like, I guess. I don't fucking know. But I'm not gonna promote you, so don't expect that. But if you spam that, I'm not okay with it. You already said it enough, to be honest. Okay, that's the last time you can say it. No, you're chilling, don't worry. What? Shanty. Alright, Muggsy, ready up.
To say what's up, their hopes were high for a win that day. Go me squatty boys go. See there the storm she come to whittle us down and leave just one. Grab your squad quick on the.
No, you're chilling. I'm probably annoying everyone. You haven't even said anything. I'm fucking dead. Please, you haven't said anything for the last, like, 10 minutes. What do you mean? Do you have any crown wins? I have 5, I think. 6? All 7. Okay. Get ready to be clapped, boys. Clapped. Yup. Gonna get clapped. For real. Look, I'm Stunk Man. This is the Crypto Bro skin. Lithuanian boy, please. You need to enjoy your time here, is all I gotta say. Have fun, dude. Look at these laggy Fortnite plays. Yeah, please mute me. If you need to. And, dude, I still can't get over how literally everyone was crying about Ukraine for yesterday. Like, yesterday and the day before. The whole fucking globe was crying about Ukraine, bro. And it's just like, this shit has been going on for 8 fucking years. Literally, for 8 years. Like, if you heard about the Euromaidan in 2014, the Euromaidan coup, you on Russian side? I'm not on anyone's side really, but I do think that NATO caused this. NATO caused this, without a question. Without a question. Like, if you think Putin is just big, bad, evil Russian bear and he wants to take over the world, that's stupid. That's fucking stupid, and it makes no sense. You know? Absolutely stupid. Like, for real. Damn. Should I be on Russia's side? What do you think, Muggsy? No, look, dude, I'm gonna be real. Americans and Western people, anything happens, it's World War III to these people. Remember, like, 2 years ago when Trump assassinated the Iranian military leader? Like, everyone said, World War III, right? Like, they just meme about that shit every time. And I don't think it's gonna happen, to be completely honest. Yeah, you need to know that NATO and the US are trash, and that NATO should not exist anymore. Ah. Are you serious? What do you mean 20? What do you mean 2022 Twitch? You can't talk about politics. No, wait. Yeah, can I give you money? Dude, the whole reason I wanted to do Twitch is to talk about politics, bro. No way. Like, on God, if that's real, I'm not gonna do Twitch anymore, because that's bullshit. I started on, like, December 9th, so this would be my 3rd month, almost. Like, December, January, February, yeah. Almost my 3rd month. There's a fucking car! Wait, for real? Yeah. Damn, so I am OG. I swear, I meant that when I said it. You totally are, dude. I've had this account for a long time because I made a Twitch account so I could link it to my League of Legends account. I think that was like 2018 or something. I got back into League with my university friends, and then I linked a Twitch account with Prime so I could get like free League things. But I just started like 3 months ago. I'm not gonna lie, I found your channel looking for song request channels. And you did request songs, and I did react to them. Oh cool, you started for a year ago. I thought you started like November of 2021. What happened, Diablo? I guess you had to go or something. Thank you. Keep chatting and forget I'm playing with you. It's funny. Cool. Dope. I honestly think I'm doing really well considering it's my 3rd month streaming and I haven't been promoting myself really at all. And that's a gold gun. For you. And no, don't worry. It's cool. We're gonna win 3v4. I've never heard of the Game Road Company. But I seriously think I'm really close to being affiliated, honestly. Especially after today. Like, holy shit. It's dude, Honey Bunny, I would love that link about the 2022 terms of service on Twitch because that's crazy. That's like actually crazy. My favorite Twitch channels are political Twitch channels. Like, what the fuck? Like Bad Bunny and Infrared. Plus Vosh though. If you watch Vosh, like, please stop. Do not watch Vosh. Vosh is crazy. It makes no goddamn sense. Yeah, I thought you would get it a long time ago. Me too, honestly, but you know, I'm having a tough time with the average viewers. I can tell you a Hassan dog. I used to be more than I am now, to be completely honest. Wow! Like, Hassan is like a gateway drug, you know? He's a gateway drug. Like, he's cool in the beginning, but it's like, if you still watch him... Oh. But like, Vosh is the worst. Please do not ever watch Vosh, guys. No cap. Don't watch that shit. What? Oh. What the fuck? No, they're gonna get my guns, guys. 1 second. Ouch. Dude, that's literally how I feel really bad. But I think honestly in like 6 months I'll be really good at the game. I just have to play that, you know? Okay, return to lobby. I used to like watching Hassan until he got too political. What? That's like the best part. What do you mean? Dude, of course, I know about Native American graves, dude. Like, America's the worst. America's honestly the worst thing that the world has ever seen, you know? And I'm not exaggerating when I say that, you know? Like, like, Native Americans were that was an awful thing, you know? Like, tens of millions died. But even in the last, like, 30 years, honestly, since World War II, like, tens of millions of people have died at the hands of the US, you know? Like, literally since World War II, think about it. There's been the Indonesian genocide, where they killed 1 million Indonesians. There's been the Vietnam War. There's been all of the Middle Eastern countries. Afghanistan, Libya, Syria, Palestine, Yemen, Iraq. Iraq was so fucking bad, you know? Like, America is straight up the worst thing that the world has ever fucking seen. Like straight up, just by numbers, just by effects and impacts. Like, it is, you know? It really is. And nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. There are more prisoners today. There are more black male prisoners today than there are fucking slaves in the 1680s, 1660s, 1860s. Holy shit, numbers. But yeah, fuck America, honestly. Shit is fucking crazy. Evil. And I do know about intergenerational trauma. And it's like really common among people who are not freaking white, you know? But even some white people, like in Yugoslavia and some Eastern European countries, they for sure have intergenerational trauma. You know? It's not even just limited to race per se. All about the money. We are gonna win this game. I feel it in my bones. Ugh. Ah! Oh my god. Please. Dude, residential schools are straight up, like, the worst things. Like, for real. Literally concentration camps. Like, literally. %. And we're still going through our fucked up shit. Yeah, dude. And honestly, even if you disagreed, it's still the fact. Like, it just is, you know? Like, if Nazi Germany is bad because it killed 7 million people, like, America is just worse. Like, it just is. Because it killed way fucking more. Way fucking more. Way more. And it hasn't stopped, like it really just hasn't stopped, you know? And it's the same thing with Ukraine too, because if you know about the conflict, you read about how the US and NATO have been funding crazy motherfuckers in West Ukraine, and they become so anti-Russia, and they literally are Nazis, some of them. Like the US funded Nazis in West Ukraine. That's just a fact. If you read about the Azov battalion, that's just a fact, you know? And the last 8 years, that's how 14,000 Eastern Ukrainian died. Because they were seen as, you know, Russian people who need to be cleaned out and stuff. And here we are. Can you do a TLDR for the Ukraine and Russian conflict? So the mainstream Western narrative is that, you know, big, evil, mean country Russia is bullying small country Ukraine and they're invading it. This is the narrative. But it's not accurate. The real narrative is that since the illegal dissolution of the USSR, sorry, GG's though, you try again. So the real narrative is that since the USSR was illegally dissolved against its will in the 90s, Ukraine became its own country. And like many of the other satellite states, they basically joined NATO, or they're very pro-US, pro-EU. And Ukraine, it wasn't really like that, but since the 1990s, the United States and NGOs like the National Endowment for Democracy and a bunch of other non-government organizations, like charities, institutions, they fund in Ukraine separatist and pro-Europe, pro-Anglo, pro-American people. They fund this shit. And there was a president in the 2010s and earlier called Yanukovych. I don't know if you've ever heard of President Yanukovych, but he was approved by the United States. So like, Yanukovych was approved by the US, and they thought, you know, he was gonna act in the way that the US agenda wanted him to act. But he ended up being very neutral and actually like pretty pro-Russian at some points. And they literally couped him. They overthrew the government by funding these like protesters, and they make it seem like, oh, it's a protest movement and, you know, the civilian protesters want a different government. But it's like, no, they funded this government change. And there was literally a coup and an attempted assassination of Yanukovych, which is fucking crazy. And then, what's his name? Zelensky, who's the president now, took over. And he's crazy, you know. So Osama bin Laden wasn't a CIA agent, but, he definitely was like funded by them, because in the 70s there was an Afghanistan war against the Russians, and so America funded the Mujahideen fighters in Afghanistan, like Osama bin Laden, to fight the Russians. And then they turned around 30 years later and attacked America. So it's not that he was a CIA op when he did 9/11. Bye, Lithuanian boy. I hope you have a good sleep. But yeah, Osama wasn't a CIA agent like when he did 9/11 and planned it or whatever, but definitely funded by the CIA. 100%, yeah. But basically, since 2014 and Zelensky took over, it's been fucking chaos. Like, literally, Nazi divisions in the Ukrainian military. Like, Ukraine is actually the only military in the world that has a real Nazi division with Nazi symbols in their country's military. Like, yeah, in America, there's Nazi cops, there's Nazi soldiers individually, but it's not like there's a whole division saying, like, we're a Nazi division. That's literally only in Ukraine. And it's crazy because the US and Israel, actually think about this. The Jewish state that needed freedom from the Nazis is funding Nazis in Ukraine. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that broke my brain when I read about this, bro. I was like, oh my god, like, these fucking Israelis are funding Nazis in Ukraine. They're giving them arms. Like, whoa. Like, what the fuck, dude? They're, like, the Jewish state in the world, bro. The Jewish state. I mean, they're not real Jews, let's be honest. But they're funding Nazis. Like, they're literally funding the Nazis in Ukraine. And so, look, in my opinion, it was definitely unexpected that Putin went into Kiev, right? And we actually don't even know what's happening because there's a lot of misinformation and stuff. But, you know, like you can say, like, Putin is bad, and sure, he's awful. Like, most leaders are. But he's not only acting in the interest of himself, right? Like, he's acting in a security interest. He doesn't want Ukraine to become a NATO puppet state. Because that's literally what Zelensky and Western Ukraine wanted. They wanted to be a part of NATO. They wanted to be like a US puppet state. And that poses a very real security risk for Russia. Because think about it, a bunch of other bordering satellite states are already NATO. They already have NATO troops surrounding Russia. And if they enclose that circle, it's a huge security risk. Like, especially if you remember that the Nazis, when they invaded Russia, they literally invaded through Ukraine. That's how Hitler invaded Russia. They went through Ukraine. And so, it's just way complicated, you know? And like the Western Ukrainians literally killed 14,000 people in Eastern Ukraine. Like, I'm not exaggerating, it's a real fucking thing. So like, yeah, like, Russia's acting in the interest of Russia, you know? And if you watch how China is talking about it, how many other countries are talking about it, they're not calling it an invasion. They're calling it a crisis, a security risk, which is very different language than an invasion. So it's definitely way more complicated than what Americans want you to think, you know? And it's crazy because Israel is literally funding these fucking Nazis. And now there's literally planefuls of Ukrainian Jews fleeing Ukraine, and they're gonna settle Israel, and they're gonna displace Palestinians, and they're gonna kill Palestinians, literally. And they're gonna say, well, the whole world hates Jews, but it's like, bro, the United States and Israel literally funded these fucking Nazis. Like, they literally funded that shit. They gave them weapons. Like, this is very common for Israel, if you think about it, because Israel would literally bomb synagogues in places like Iraq in the 70s, and they would bomb synagogues and kill Jews to further prove the narrative that the whole world hates Jews, and that you must go to Israel because Israel is the only safe place for Jews. So it's really just a very common tactic, to be completely honest. Like, this isn't the first time that America has funded or worked with Nazis either, by the way. You ever watch The Pianist? No. So what you're saying is if Russia invaded Ukraine, then World War III will not be a thing. Forgot the word. Not a thing. Isn't the right word. Look, we don't know what's gonna happen. But, ow! Ow, ow, ow. Well, like, they're already in Ukraine. Okay, Russia's already in Ukraine. They're already capturing Kiev or whatever it may be. And I'm gonna be honest, like, it looks like a huge L from NATO's standpoint. I don't think they're even gonna do anything. You know, I think they're just kind of scared, to be completely honest. They don't know what to do. They're sanctioning Russia, but that's not anything serious. America has already been sanctioning Russia for probably the last decade. For real. Trump definitely sanctioned Russia. Who is on NATO's side? NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and it was formed because of the Cold War. And who's on NATO's side? Ukraine. NATO is the enemy of most of the world except for Europe and America. Most countries aren't in Europe. I mean, in NATO. But Turkey is in NATO, actually. Fun fact. Turkey is in NATO. Turkey is indeed a US puppet state. Like, no cap. That's an accurate fucking statement when I say that. It's a relic of the Cold War, right? It's this, like, you know, capitalist alliance that's gonna defeat communism. And the USSR and other countries made the Warsaw Pact in response to NATO's formation during the Cold War. And after the Cold War, the Warsaw Pact, which was Russia's side, the communist side, it fell apart and it ended, well, because the USSR also lost the Cold War, right? And the truth is that as soon as the Warsaw Pact ended, so should have NATO. NATO should honestly not fucking exist anymore. But it does, because it's this, like, you know, world order, like this, rules-based world order is what America calls it. They say it's the rules-based system. But it's really just a fascist, capitalist alliance of countries that want to make sure that the world stays capitalist and that they can continue doing the dumb fucking shit that they're doing, the evil shit that they're doing. That's the truth. Well, I mean, look, everyone does want to be on USA's side because it literally means life or death, right? Like, think about the countries that weren't on the US side. President Yanukovych of Ukraine literally did not want to be USA's bitch to the max, and they got couped, right? Like, Yanukovych in Ukraine in 2014 almost was assassinated, had to leave, because the government of Ukraine under Yanukovych wasn't super subservient to USA and NATO. And they just wanted to be neutral on a line. And they literally had their country destroyed because of it. For the last 8 years. Same thing with Venezuela, same thing with Cuba, same thing with North Korea, same thing with Syria, same thing with Libya, same thing with many, many countries. If you don't align with the US, it's not just because of an ego thing, it's literally because they will fucking kill you, bro. They will ruin your country. Like, you know, most of the Middle East has literally been bombed into the Stone Age. Libya was the most prosperous African country under Gaddafi. It literally was the most prosperous country. It had the highest literacy rate, it had the best housing rate, and all of this amazing stuff. And they couldn't take it, you know? They literally couldn't take it. And Libya was destroyed, and Gaddafi was fucking ripped limb from limb, literally. They ripped his fucking body apart, you know? It's like so crazy, dude. You know, everyone literally calls North Korea this like fucking crazy rogue state, you know? And Kim Jong-un, Kim Jong-il, they're evil dictators and they have no food and all of this shit. And it's like, bro, like the whole world sanctioned them, literally cut them off, except for China and some other countries. Like, of course they're struggling, dude. Like, at least they're surviving, you know? They have the bravery and the audacity to survive as they are without having to bow down to the US, you know? And the US media will just publish story after story about how Kim Jong-un banned denim, Kim Jong-un banned different haircuts, Kim Jong-un banned Mother's Day, Kim Jong-un invented the burrito. Just like insane fucking shit. Like insane fucking shit. Do you think money is holding humanity back? 100%. Money is the reason, like, of evil. The worst fucking thing, you know? The whole reason that Native Americans had residential schools, were enslaved, were genocided, I mean, is because of money. You know? That's the whole reason motherfuckers stepped foot in the United States on native land, is because of money. Because they wanted to get resources and sell shit. And it's never ending, dude. And when they had the fill of Africa and Latin America, they went to the Middle East and Asia, dude. This is called imperialism. And it's just, you know, constant fucking foraging for resources. No, not money, but power. Money. Money is power, bro. In this world, money is power, bro. Except for a few countries like North Korea. Like, that's the truth, you know? People went into the Middle East not because of democracy, not because of the terrorists. They don't give a fuck about Arabs, bro. They don't give a fuck. They came for oil, dude. It's very simple. They came for oil. And America didn't fund and create Israel because they love Jews. It's the opposite. They wanted Jews to leave, and they wanted to create a country, Israel, that's like for their interests, for American interests, you know? They knew it would be super smart to create this country in the Middle East that would just listen to the United States, you know? Thank you. I mean, they'll tell you like, oh, we care about Ukrainians, dude. Even now, right? It's like, we care about Ukrainians. It's like, no, they don't, bro. The United States doesn't give a fuck about Ukrainians. They never did. They never will. Period. Like, straight up. Please watch the pianist. Okay, bet. Should I react to it? Because if so, I'll save it for tomorrow.
Well, this one looks really big.
I have only weapons for some reason.
Get to circle. You spawn me.
Oh, it's a movie? To be honest, one of the things I hate about the propaganda surrounding Israel is like people bring up the Holocaust for some reason to like justify Israel, and that's literally so brain dead and it makes no fucking sense at all. Like, holy shit. I'm like, oh, the Jews went through so much. They need Israel. It's like, that's disgusting. Like, what the fuck? The truth is that as soon as Israel was even thought of, like as soon as, you know, Theodor Herzl and other Zionist Jews were saying, we need a country, we need a country, we need a Jewish homeland, there was opposition to it by other Jews. There was other Jews saying, that's fucked up and stupid. Because if you think about it, it is fucked up that Jewish people can, like, you know, not live anywhere in the world except for this one safe place, right? Like, there was Jews everywhere in the world, you know? Like, there was Jews in Turkey, in the Middle East, there were Arab Jews, there were African Jews, Asian Jews, American Jews, European Jews, and it's like, historically what we're seeing is this mass exodus, this mass immigration of almost all of the Jews in the world to Israel. And it's increasingly more and more popular because of things like American propaganda saying, you know, the Jews went through a lot during the Holocaust. What I don't get is that people don't believe in the Holocaust. I mean, yeah, that's silly, you know. Of course, that's so stupid. And it happened. But, you know, it wasn't just a Jewish thing either. Like, you have to remember that Hitler also killed black people. He killed millions, like 2+ million Romani people. Yeah, like, he killed gay people, disabled people, people with mental issues.
So basically, you know? He killed anyone who wasn't white and wasn't like normal or like him.
Yeah, like, it's sad. Let's see if we can bring you back, Muggsy. And still to this day, there is still mad discrimination against the Romas. Oh, damn, that fucking hurts. Can't do that.
We can't do that. I'm coming. How many people are
And yeah, and like still today, the Roma people go through a lot in Europe, you know? Like people think Europeans aren't racist, they're very racist to Romanis. Very racist. Like there's a fucking problem. And it all has to do with some specific things, some specific systems that make these fucking problems. It's not just racism, it's capitalism, you know? My name's Rowan, so I take offense to that. That's funny. But like for real, the US is the worst thing humanity has ever seen. I'm not exaggerating. Like if you think Nazi Germany is bad, wake up about America for real. And then you'll be like, holy shit. Holy shit. And then you'll be like, damn, this needs to stop. It needs to stop. And then people will do something about things like Palestine, which, you know, Palestine is like literally the same thing as the Holocaust, like it literally is. Like Palestinians live in concentration camps. They do. That's what Gaza is. And they had many forced labor camps, especially in the 1900s, but even today. Wow! Victory! Let's go! Let's go. But like Palestine is for real like the ugliest thing that we've seen for a long fucking time. And it's still happening. Like it's not even finished. And the US funds Nazis, like in Ukraine and many other places. Like it's fucking gnarly, dude. And there's no denying, even places like Russia have racist people, have homophobic people, have Nazis.
Everyone, like every country has at least one homophobic person.
And look, like Russian has people who are Nazis, okay? But like I'm telling you, Ukraine has a division in their national military that is openly a Nazi division. You know? That's fucking crazy. Like there are undercover, you know, police in America who are Nazis. But it's not like LAPD or whatever police department or military thing has like a fucking swastika on their logo. And that's literally the Azov battalion in Ukraine. If you look up the Azov battalion, that's literally what that is. And the president knows about it and is okay about it. And what's also crazy is like, there was a United Nations resolution, and the resolution was, you know, we condemn the glorification of Nazis. We condemn the glorification of Nazi symbols and stuff. And everybody said yes. Every country said yes, except for 2 countries. The United States and Ukraine. Like, that's fucking crazy, you know?
if you notice, Hitler copied like almost every like historical thing.
Yeah, like that's
put it-
literally what their party was. 100.
And put it into his art. Like the peace symbol, he turned it into a symbol of war.
Yeah, totally. And he called his like political party like the Socialist Party. And it's like he wasn't a socialist. Not even close. It's crazy how people use like language and symbols to trick your ass. And it's still happening today, you know? You're not immune to propaganda. No one is. And it's like, Americans still be doing propaganda, you know? Even like CNN, BBC, like you have to be very careful about what you read on those. Because they trick your ass.
Like last night for the Ukrainian and Russia war, I just had heard about like some girl riding a bike and then absolutely being bombed to death. Like I saw that on like someone like said something about it on TikTok, so I went to YouTube and like searched it up and then like, oh, this is real. Because there's like some